Happy today, guys! It's 7 a.m. I actually woke up at 5:40 a.m. and I could not sleep. I tried my best to sleep. I decided that I'm gonna read na lang. I'm currently reading Iris Murdoch's The Sea to Sea. I am gonna be ambitious today and I'm gonna attempt to finish this today. Pray for me kasi, I don't know, this is a 500-page novel. So, hindi ko alam kung saan ako pupulutin. So, just a quick recap. We are introduced to Charles na isa siyang theater director. 60 years old na siya. Nag-retire siya sa malapit sa sea, secluded area. He claims na gusto niya niyang magsarili, maging alone. Ayaw niya ng any noise. As the story progresses, we see na unreliable narrator siya, ganyan. Sabi niya na ba gusto niya maging alone. Sinabi din niya sa secretary niya na ayaw niya ng letters except from friends. But then, he expects everyday na makakuha ng letters. So, hindi siya nakakuha ng letters. Alam mo ginawa niya? Nag-write siya ng letter dun sa isa sa mga ex-girlfriend niya. That's when I saw his true nature, which is may pagka-narcissistic talaga siya. And the funny thing is, aware si Charles, ayaw niyang makalimutan siya ni Lizzie. Alam mo yun, yung parang nang-trigger lang siya. Nakakaloka din yung character natin. Minsan, parang unhinged siya, ganyan. Okay, update. It's 10 a.m. So, I've been reading for 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 hours. Tapos nasa page 181. Ayan. Sana isasakto ko sana ng up to 200 kaso super gutom na ako. Na nakikita ko si sarili ko sa character na pagkaroon ng obsession sa isang bagay or hyperfixation. So I was like, oh, I need to slow down. There's no need to rush na kailangan ko isakto 200 bago ako kumain kasi may matay na ako sa gutom. So far, medyo, minsan may problema ba kayo pag sa classics na since a lot of them monologue tapos minsan yung mga monologue nila is very, it's either depressing or parang masyado silang self-absorbed. Parang medyo slug siya sa akin because wala akong nakikitang character development so far. Anything remarkable na makakapagsabi sa'yo na, oh, he has a chance to change or kung meron man siyang guilt or conscience. Pero nung nabasa ko yung line na, I hope you will allow yourself plenty of reflections on human vanity. Feel ko ito yung pinaka-point ng libro kasi all of these, like yung 180 pages, Charles' vanity, narcissism, yung pagiging prideful niya, self-absorbed, parang sa mata niya, nagkakamali na lahat, hindi lang siya. In terms of story, there isn't really anything na significant na progress kasi ang nangyayari, actually meron pala, nakita niya yung first love niya, si Hartley pala, hindi si Clement. Turns out, she's actually living in the same city or parang town as him. But then the women from his past all torments him. Parang hindi siya tinatantanan ng mga babae na tinorment niya, ni-manipulate niya, sinira niya. Technically, sinira niya yung buhay, ganyan. Lagi niyang pinapaasa, lagi niyang minamanipulate emotionally. Becomes obsessed with his first love again, si Hartley. Kasi nagpakasal na si Hartley before. Kasi bigla na lang niyang iniwan si Charles. Tapos biglang after a few months, nalaman na lang niya na may pinakasalan siyang iba. And then yung same husband na yun pa din yung asawa niya hanggang ngayon. Isa-save daw niya si Hartley from her marriage or from her life. Which is wala naman talagang any logical explanation or reason para masabi talaga natin na hindi masaya si Hartley sa buhay niya na kailangan niya ng saving. Sobrang vain niya. And I think his cousin James also tells him na yung mga delusions mo, imagine retiring being a 60 years old man tapos nagmamanipulate ka pa din ng mga people around you. I'm sure there's a lot of people in real life na gano'n na kahit matanda na hindi pa rin natututo, ganyan. It's 12:41 p.m. and we're officially halfway through the book. 250 na. So far, wala pa ding progress sa character development, even sa writing, or kung paano nagpo-progress yung story. Parang pag sa akin so far, pag wala pa ding changes, magiging dull talaga siya. He's just living in the past. And napansin ko lang din na he loves his first love dahil sa past nila, but he can't really see her, yung present niya. Parang walang character dito na consistent. Di-challenge ako today. Talagang kailangan natin ng energy. Di ko pa di-DNF kasi ginamit ko yung free credit ko sa Audible. Kaya, mang pagsubok, di aatrasan, ituloy ang laban. Just a quick update lang before I forget. I'm on page 300 na. And I'm actually kind of liking it so far. Contradicting sa nafe-feel ko ng unang part na sobrang wala na kasi nagbabago. But this time, since meron ng progress sa story, kasi parang hinaus arrest or kinidnap niya si first love niya. Ngayon nakikita ko na talaga lahat ng flaws ng character and yung duality nila kumbaga. Kasi I feel like humans are like that. And I'm not saying kay Charles kasi si Charles parang sa akin talaga sobrang self-absorbed niya, but like yung people around him, like si Taito, si Gilbert, si Ben, saka yung first love niya si Hartley, parang may iba't iba silang mistakes or flaws. Lahat sila flawed character, but it doesn't really justify yung ginagawa ni Charles sa kanila. And low-key parang as a theater director, parang feel ko sobrang fina-force lang niya yung ideas niya na parang hindi, mahal mo ako, gato ganyan, hindi ka mahal ni Ben, or nagsusuffer ka lang sa marriage, but he doesn't even know about marriage. Like, what does he know about love? What does he know about marriage? Kasi he never loved anyone and he has never been in a marriage, diba? And he swore he will never get married. So, now he's forcing his ideas naman kay Hartley. Saka totoo yung sasabi ni Hartley na, bata pa tayo noon, di mo talaga ako kilala. Tapos may moment na sinabi nun niya kay Charles na ayoko nga ng olives. Tapos yung pangalawang in-invite niya si Hartley na mag-snack, sinabi na naman ni Charles, oh, ito olives. Pero diba sinabi ko na hindi ko gusto yung olives. So, it says a lot about his character na kala ko ba mahal mo pero you don't even know her. You don't even know the present her. There's no perfect marriage. So yung trying to save her na gusto niyang gawin, it's coming out of selfish reasons and yung hindi ko alam kung resentment na lang ba niya or he's just very delusional kasi parang siya yung type na tao na pag madali na nakukuha, ayaw na niya. May ganun ba siya? Kasi parang may obsessive tendency siya. So it's really a book na exploring how flawed he's oblivious to the things that he's doing to other people na dinedestroy niya yung pamilya or dinedestroy niya yung marriage. He doesn't care. It's not love sa akin. Sinasabi niya, kiniklaim niyang love niya si Hartley kasi kung love talaga niya, diba? Parang he will just do what she says, which is gusto niya na umuwi, like, stop tormenting me. But he's forcing his idea na, hindi, mahal mo ko, mahal natin yung isa't isa. Hindi mo ba naisip na fate to? Alam mo yung parang lahat sa kanya, parang drama or lahat ng Shakespeare, ganyan. Anyways, yun naman yung quick rambling ko kasi baka mahalimutan ko. Update! Kumain na ako ng saglit ng lunch and I actually read a few pages pa. Buti na lang, yung cousin niya si James saka Pettigrew, yung isa niyang kaibigan, they're actually sane. Nasa tamang pag-iisip sila kasi talagang gumagawa sila ng paraan para ma-let go ni Charles si Hartley kasi nga kinidnap nga lang niya. She doesn't really even wanna be with Charles. Gusto na lang niya umuwi and ang tandaan na niya, girl, like, mamaya ma-heart attack pa siya ganyan. But I'm on page 337, so sana naman may character development. Last chapter! Woo! Yes, last page. I'm done. It's 6:05. Woo! Okay, I just finished Iris Murdoch's The Sea, The Sea. I'm gonna try my best na yan non-spoiler review to and I'm gonna be as logical as possible. I'm gonna start with the overall plot ng book. So, we are introduced to Charles Arroby. He was a theater director and at 60 years old, mag-retire na siya. Kumuha siya ng bahay near the sea. He just wants solitude and peace. So, after a few days staying there, he begins to write a memoir or parang diary-ish novel na siya. Ganyan. He was supposed to tell about his love affair with Clement then and his life, kumbaga. But then, what should have been a peaceful retirement, naging series of unfolding na siya ng egoistical self niya. And the women that he tormented before is now tormenting him. They're coming back to haunt him. Kumbaga, his past. And he also meets his first love, which he becomes very obsessed with. And he has this idea na kailangan niyang isave yung first love niya from her marriage. Nakaunang-una kong napansin and na-appreciate is yung paggamit ng author ng sea. Almost like ano na din talaga siya, main character na siya sa libro kasi the sea represents a lot of things kasi it acts like a mirror to the main character's soul or thoughts. Kasi yung first part of the book, the sea is very calm. He sees the sea as a solitude. But then throughout the book, nag-iiba din yung tide or yung nagsishift yung tides ng sea kasi nga, nire-reflect niya yung soul ni Charles and yung nafe-feel ni Charles. So overall, the sea was used to reflect and to act as a mirror. Yung thoughts ko naman sa first half, diba, ang purpose ni Charles is to retire, to find peace. But instead of finding peace in that retirement beach home, ang nangyari, madaming mga side characters na pumasok sa buhay niya na para bang nasa theater pa din sila and very dramatic kasi may kanya-kanya silang purpose kung ba't nila pinupuntahan si Charles ulit or hinahunt kumbaga si Charles ulit. And what I love about it is yung each character, nire-reveal nila layer by layer kung sino ba talaga yung main character, kung ano ba talaga yung ugali niya, yung mga ginawa niya sa kanila, and how manipulative and self-absorbed ni Charles. Kasi yung novel, dahil binabasa natin yung novel niya, lahat ng nababasa natin is through his eyes. So, nafi-filter niya lahat yun syempre. Kaya dun nangyagaling yung unreliable narrator. Kasi hindi mo naman talaga alam kung nagsasabi siya ng totoo sa'yo. Kasi nga, as much as sarili niyang novel yon and kahit kaya niyang magsinungaling sa'yo sa novel mo yon, nakikita mo as a reader na parang hindi naman talaga siya consistent sa mga sinasabi niya. Sobrang sure na sure siya sa sarili niya, sa mga decision niya, and sa POV niya. Pero alam mo namang hindi talaga yun yung totoo. So, as the story progresses, nakita mo yung mask niya as a powerful man in the theater industry na parang papakita unti-unti yung vanity niya, yung manipulation niya, and yung urge na maging relevant pa din sa mga tao sa paligid niya. But yung side characters na to sa buhay ni Charles are also flawed. Yun yung na-appreciate ko din dito sa novel na to kasi it basically represents us human beings na wala naman talagang perfect and may kanya-kanya tayong contradictions and we are all wrapped or entangled in mess and may sarili din tayong vanity and different choices na hindi mag-a-agree yung iba. Lahat tayo flawed and it actually made me reflect on my own vanity and my own narrative na siguro nga may mga times talaga na villain din ako in someone's story. Kagaya ng mga different characters dito kasi judgmental kasi si Charles and he always jumps to conclusion kapag may nakikita siyang mga hindi niya gusto. An example of this is when he saw his first love. Ginudge na agad na kailangan niya i-rescue yung first love niya kasi she has a horrible marriage. Pero masasabi mo din naman na hindi naman niya dapat pinapakailaman at the same time wala siyang lugar mang-judge ng marriage kasi he's never been into a marriage and he swore that he will not get married. Kaya ano alam niya sa marriage kasi wala naman siyang minahal na tao and wala siyang pinakasalan, di ba? So it shows you how self-absorbed he is and how egoistic na lang na sobrang tunnel vision niya na hindi, ito talaga yung totoo eh. Hindi, mahal mo ako eh. May mga times din naman kasi na hindi talaga perfect yung mga side characters na dinajudge niya. Pero as a human siguro, na as a reader, parang nakita naman natin na parang it's not an excuse to cross the line. Yung kay Charles kasi nag-go over the line na siya and it turned into obsession. Mostly want to take control of someone's life. And sabi ko kanina na hindi naman talaga love yung na-feel niya sa first love niya. It's mostly yung nostalgia and yung feeling na kung ano yung na-feel niya nung bata sila. At totoo naman sasabi ng first love niya na hindi mo nga kilala ngayon eh. And he only wants to see the version yung ano yung gusto niyang makita. Now yung fighting na book, yun yung medyo mas talagang naging significant sa akin or impactful. Since na-peel back na lahat ng mask niya, lahat ng gusto niyang patunayan sa pinaka first part na ito, oh, I'm famous. Underneath all of that is loneliness. Like, naawa ko sa kanya kasi 60 years old ka na. Pero hindi mo pa din kilala yung sarili mo. Hindi mo pa din alam yung mga ginagawa mo sa ibang tao. It's sad na yung real tragedy talaga ng libro is he never really got to know anyone. He was never close to anyone. And kahit sa sarili niya, parang hindi niya ma-admit. Sabi din niya sa medyo paend ng book na hindi siya naniniwala na magbabago agad yung mga tao. So I think that pretty much sums his character. Because of his vanity and ego, ang daming taong naapektuhan. And it was really sad. I don't want to retire na walang tao sa paligid ko or nagsusuporta pa rin sa akin at that age. So we can safely say he was a very lonely man. Now we're going on to my thoughts, my personal thoughts and emotions, kumbaga. It made me reflect on my own vanity, kagaya na sabi ko kanina, kasi yung relationship ko with other people and yung relationship ko sa sarili ko na I guess kailangan natin mag-self-reflect. We're so sure na ito hindi, tama ako eh. Ito yung nangyari talaga eh. Yung memory mo, hindi naman ganyan yung nangyari. Na hindi natin napapansin na, okay, may other side pa pala, ganun. Because I'm definitely a villain to someone's story and I'm sure may mga talagang nagawa din ako na imperfect. Ayun, nasa din pala ako kasi may mga tao naman willing mag-support and mag-love kay Charles but he's just too egoistic to recognize that. After reading the book, parang naging lonely yung feeling ko. Feeling ko na nafe-feel niya pag tumitingin siya sa sea. Yung parang ang layo-layo mo sa mga connections mo, ganyan na parang nasa island ka lang. So, ganyan na pa-feel sa akin ng novel. It made me feel lonely and afraid palalo na tumanda. For now, for the good and bad, just in case you want to read this, yung good ko, yung mga discuss ko kanina, very nice naman yung topic. I mean, overall, it was a good discussion then about human vanity. I love the symbolism of sea and how it was utilized in this book. Yung descriptions niya. Grabe yung descriptions ng author dito. Grabe talaga. I also really like Morlock's representation na yung humans are very flawed, contradictory, and inconsistent. Now for the bad. Nakakapagod. Not in a sense kasi mahaba siya and ginawa ko siya isang araw. Pero nakakapagod to be stuck with a insufferable character for 500 pages. Parang medyo wala din kasi siyang character development. Wala akong nakukuha sa kanyang lesson, kundi yung mistake niya sa buhay and yung mga nangyari sa kanya, yung consequences na yon. Doon lang ako nagre-reflect. Pero when it comes to his inner thoughts, inner turmoils, wala akong napupulot. It can also be dull sometimes, repetitive, and dragging. As in, ang daming beses na sobrang dragging na lang niya. I feel like this could have been a 300-page book. I mean, judger lang ba ako, pero medyo may mga times kasi na paulit-ulit na lang yung thoughts niya. Like, oo nga, nagde-delusional ka dyan, pero sinabi mo na yan 3 chapters ago, ngayon, uulit ka na naman, ulit ka na. So, it felt very exhausting. And then last is, madaming gustong gawin yung author. Kasi madaming characters na, alam mo yung hindi naman na wrap up ng maayos. Tapos parang, ano bang
purpose pa nito dito? Like, parang medyo hindi ko magets. Kasi, magpo-focus ka sa isang story, tapos magbiglang, gaganto ka na naman, tapos ganito, ganyan. I feel like, siguro may ibang options para ma-unmask pa yung mukha ni Charles nang hindi i-introduce ng a lot of ideas ni Ganernch. I mean, that's everything so far. I hope na may natutunan kayo dito or may na-pick up kayo. If ever na interested kayo sa kanya, I must warn you though, it can be a little, like, super isa na i-post, ano tayo eh. Alam mo yung, ano matawag dun? Basta i-post tapos ng ano, nung pagbabasa ng libro, na very heavy. Nasad tuloy ako.